Welcome to this explainer. Let me ask you something right off the bat. Do you ever come home from a family gathering, a party, or, even just a seemingly simple lunch with friends and feel like your energy has just fallen off a cliff? Like someone literally just pulled your plug right out of the wall?
Do you need 3 days to recover from a 2-hour lunch? It sounds crazy, right? You probably come home, immediately hide in a quiet room, and just stare at the ceiling, hoping to feel normal again. And while you're doing that, you're likely battling this really heavy guilt. You've got friends or family implying you're antisocial, that you're too introverted, or that you just need to get out more.
3 days. Yeah, needing 3 whole days to recover from a single social event isn't a sign that you're broken. It definitely doesn't mean you hate people. Psychology actually reveals a completely different truth here. This extreme need for recovery, it actually points to an advanced, highly observant, and deeply processing mind. So today, we're going to decode the hidden psychology behind exactly why you need so much time to recharge.
All right, let's get into Section 1, the social hangover.
Okay, let's dive into this and contrast exactly what happens in your brain the moment you walk into a crowded room compared to just an average person. The average brain, well, it hears the background music, grabs a drink, and happily engages in light, casual conversation. But your highly sensitive brain operates like a supercomputer with 50 browser tabs open all at once. You are actively tracking subtle microexpressions, tiny shifts in tone, and the unspoken tension in the room that literally everyone else completely misses. It's just a massive, invisible wave of data crashing over you.
Moving on to Section 2, high sensory processing.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that high sensory processing sensitivity isn't just some quirky personality trait, it's an actual neurological reality. It means your brain simply doesn't possess the same biological filters for environmental details that other people have. You are naturally absorbing significantly more data. You pick up on those incredibly subtle cues, the fleeting body language, and the shifting moods that bypass the average observer entirely. When you're in a social setting, you aren't just casually socializing. Your mind is acting as a high-powered 360-degree radar. You're processing thousands, yes thousands, of nonverbal cues every single second. Because you're taking in this massive, unfiltered amount of detail, your brain is working incredibly hard just to keep up. You experience a rapid neurological energy burn. Your brain gets overloaded much faster, simply because, it's doing 10 times the computational work of the person standing right next to you.
Which brings us to Section 3, the weight of emotional contagion.
Let's move to this and see how it builds. There's this phenomenon known as emotional contagion. If you're a highly aware and empathetic person, you don't just happen to notice someone's secret anxiety or tension, you literally act like an emotional sponge, pulling it directly into your own nervous system. If someone at the event is secretly upset, your body reacts to that tension as if it were your own, even if they never say a single word about it to you. And this right here is the absolute root of your exhaustion. You are carrying the unexpressed emotional weight of everyone around you. Think about how physically heavy that is. In a room full of people, this constant interaction and absorption of emotional pressure is happening on a continuous loop. You feel physically and mentally wiped out because your brain has been working overtime processing complex human emotions that, scratch that, emotions that weren't even yours to begin with. And this brilliantly illustrates the brutal, rapid cycle. Step 1, you enter the room. Step 2, your high-powered radar immediately absorbs the subtext and emotion around you. Step 3, because you're holding everyone else's emotional weight, you experience intense nervous system overload, which drops you right into Step 4, total social burnout. It is a direct, undeniable drain on your mental battery, creating a very real, very physical sense of fatigue.
Let's look at Section 4, the science of recovery.
So your biology requires what's known as cognitive quiet. Because you process the world so deeply, pure silence isn't just a luxury or a preference. No way, it is a biological necessity. It's kind of like, think of your mind like a shaken snow globe. Too much noise, drama, or stimulation keeps everything swirling in this chaotic blur. Your sensitive nervous system absolutely requires silence to stop that overwhelming flow, clear out the emotional data, and let the snow finally settle so you can fully reset.
So please, remember this. Retreating to your room for days is not about disliking your friends. It's not about being rude or standoffish. Pure silence is required to clear out that heavy emotional data we just discussed. Solitude is literally the only thing that acts as a balm to calm down your overstimulated nervous system. This physical and mental space is a mandatory requirement to regain your mental clarity. You isolate yourself because it's the only way your brain can finally find some peace.
Finally, Section 5, your mind's greatest strength.
So the crucial point is this: you are not antisocial, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. The next time someone tries to make you feel guilty for canceling plans so you can stay home and recover, I want you to remember this. Lift that societal guilt off your shoulders right now. You are acting exactly as your biology dictates, honoring a nervous system that experiences the world in breathtakingly high definition.
You possess an incredibly observant, empathetic mind that burns a tremendous amount of energy connecting with the world. This right here is the core message of our explainer today. Your social hangover isn't a weakness, for sure. It's evidence of an intellectual and emotional superpower. You just have to understand that this superpower requires pure, uninterrupted silence to function at its absolute peak.
I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. How will you turn your unique wiring into your greatest strength? It's time to stop judging your need for peace. Understand the real science behind your incredible empathy. Give yourself the cognitive quiet you biologically require, and just watch how that deep, observant mind transforms from a source of exhaustion into your absolute greatest asset. Thank you so much for joining me